Hey, what's up, folks? How you doing? Let's not scapegoat it. 2024 was a meh year for me as a reader. I started out ambitious, eyeing stacks of books with the kind of optimism only a New Year's resolution can inspire. Then life happened. Work got busy, and there was endless chills. And somehow I ended the year having read exactly two books. Not just any books, though. I tackled David Bennett's Better Never to Have Been, which is all about why existence might be a cosmic error. Yes, it's as heavy as it sounds, and I did a review on my channel for the book. You can watch it. I've put the link in the description. Then I also jumped into Sebah Hossenfelder's existential physics, which blends mind-bending science with philosophical soul-searching. I didn't do a review for Sabin's book. It's something I'm looking forward to do in 2025. So both were fascinating reads, but they left me thinking, what am I doing with my reading life? So now that we're approaching 2025, I'm officially done being a lazy reader. I've got a plan, and it's ambitious, intellectual, and most importantly, realistic for the way I actually live. Most of my reading happens during commutes, work breaks, and those precious moments before bed. This is the year I reclaim those moments with five books that promise to blow my mind entirely in different ways. I wanted my reading list to be six book max. So I left the sixth open. You can recommend any book for me, and if it's good enough, I'll take it up and add it to the book to the reading list. So here's my lineup. The first is not really a book. It's basically a dissertation of approximately 300 pages. This is Cosmic Skepticism and the Beginning of Physical Reality by Daniel Linford. Okay, so this is like almost a three-page dissertation. And yes, that sounds intimidating, but Linford tackles questions so big they practically dare you to keep reading. What is reality? How do we know anything for sure? It's like philosophy, science, and a touch of existential panic all rolled into one. And he also tackles issues to do with how the universe began and all that stuff. I got this paper from Majesty of Reason's video where he was responding to William Lane Craig, and Daniel Linford is one of the guests that was helping him do the response. So I really want to read this paper, yeah. And then the second is Everything is Predictable by Tom Chivers. Bayes' theorem might sound dry, but Chivers turns it into a thrilling way to see the world. From predicting events to understanding human behavior, this book promises to make me smarter about, well, everything. Also, who doesn't love feeling like they have cracked the code to life while stuck in traffic? And then the other one on the list is Deceit, Desire, and the Novel by René Girard. Girard's theory of mimetic desire is the intellectual equivalent of spilling tea on your entire worldview. He argues that we don't come up with our own desires, we copy them from others. So that dream job or soulmate you have been chasing probably is someone else's desire first. I'm ready for a book that makes me question everything about how I see ambition, relationships, as well as culture. And then the other book is The Plague by Albert Camus. If 2024 told me anything, it's that existential dread is my jam. So why not lean into it? Camus' The Plague isn't just about disease, it's about how we confront absurdity and find meaning in chaos. It's the kind of book that I know will make my daily greatest ride feel profound, or at least a little less dreary. And then um, the last one is Becoming Earth by Ferris Jabr. This one's my love letter to nature, told through science, history, and poetic prose. It's all about how Earth became the life-filled planet we know it today. After a year of feeling disconnected, I'm ready to reconnect with the big picture. And if it's just through beautifully written paragraphs on geology, well, I'm ready to do it. Yeah. And here's my secret weapon before I close off this video. The in-between moments. Most of my reading happens on the go, while commuting, during lunch breaks, or in the quiet stretches of the evening when I'm winding down. My rides to home and to work aren't just trips to work and to home. They are like time machines, thought experiments, philosophy classes on the wheel, if you want to put it that way. Work breaks are prime for quick bites of something heavy. And those final minutes before bed, that's where becoming Earth or the plague can gently push me into dreamland or existential spirals, depending on the chapter. It's not about carving out hours of uninterrupted time. It's about finding little windows of opportunity and filling them with words that matter. Nobody's going to find the time to read. I always tell this to my friends, like, bro, when they ask me, like, bro, where do you even find the time to read your books? I'm like, I never find the time. I'm just like you. I never find the time. I just sip through little windows of opportunity to read a paragraph or two. And I'm not even a loaded reader. I'm a very, very slow reader. In a day, all you need is like a good 5 paragraphs or just a solid chapter, and you're done. So it's not really much of like a job, you know. And I'm not just reading these books to check boxes, which is practically one big mistake I was doing last year. I just wanted to like tick off the boxes. I've read this, and I've read this. And just to look good in conversations. Like, yeah, I've read that. Here's how I can contribute to the conversation. Like, that's not what I want to do. So each one promises to challenge me. These books I've picked. And I've picked them from like respectable YouTubers I follow and listen to that really influence 90% of my worldview and stuff like that, as well as some friends. And each one promises to challenge me, to teach me something new, or completely wreck the way I see the world, in a good way, of course. After a year of letting my reading habits slip, I'm ready to dive back in, not just as a hobby, but as a way to reclaim those moments that could otherwise disappear into scrolling or staring out the window. So 2025 is going to be the year I turn my lazy reader reputation around.